Very, very proud of our team. We have been in a couple close games, our first game of the season, and they showed growth every time. And then they come down to the wire like this, going to overtime, and our players staying together. There was times we could have had our head down, times we could have scattered a little bit, but the bench, the 5 players out there, stayed connected the whole time. And that's just one of the things that we talk about all the time. It's not about being unselfish on the offensive end, but defensively, whether you're playing or not playing, it's just being an unselfish person, and that's what we have on our bench all the way through. So, very proud of them.
All right, we'll take questions for Travecia Franklin on the right and Jasmine Grier on the left, as well as Coach Wells.
This can go to any of you guys. Obviously, a big game, in-state rivalry, but going against Coach Moore, and talk about what that was like for you guys.
I guess I'll start.
Yes.
It was fun, we don't feel any type of way towards Coach Moore, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I think this is what basketball is for, just to go out there and play hard. No matter who it is, we prepare for this game just like we did any other game. It's just playing against Coach Moore made it a little bit more fun.
Easy watching film on IU, the backcourt duo has been leading them. Just talk about how you guys approach defending them and how you executed that.
They got a gang load of shooters. They set a lot of ball screens. We were going underneath and then over top on some. We had to listen to what Coach Rose was saying, communicating back and forth because they were hitting shots. And then we had to make adjustments for whomever it was that was scoring at the time. But during this week in practice, we just worked on getting underneath and trying to force them to go the opposite way which they were going.
Did you get the sense you were doing a lot better job in the second half of getting them out of sync?
Yeah, I feel like in the first half it was a little bit of jitters. We were anxious. We just needed to calm down a little bit and just be confident in our defense and staying connected, like Coach Wells tells us all the time.
Jazz, did you get the sense this, defensive battle there early on, that it was the kind of game that you would be needed to knock down some shots?
I guess my teammates kept me in it. Coach Wells and the staff did as well. One thing I remember BC kept saying out there was to stay focused, and as a whole, we just stayed connected. So I guess as a whole team, that we kind of brought each other up. So I don't think that was really it. I think it's just us staying connected together.
How do you handle this during the week? I mean, do you play this up at all? Do you talk about any extra motivation going against Terry?
No, again, everybody knew the situation, again, from a staff standpoint, I have nothing but respect, and again, she's a dear friend of mine. So we wanted to take some of that emotion or stuff out of it, as coaches, we talk about playing with heart, play emotional, but you want to do that at the right time. And so we tried to downplay it a little bit because, again, we didn't want to come out in the first half and get ourselves in a hole because we're throwing up shots and not being able to make shots and fouling too much. So we tried to downplay it just a little bit to try to take some of that emotion out of it and keep them focused on, look, this isn't about the game, it's about us and getting better. And this is an opportunity for us to get better.
Now that it's over, is it any sweeter?
It's nice. I think not because of Coach Moore, but because it's IU, it's an in-state school, and again, we got a big recruiting class coming up, so it always helps when you beat a good program. And again, Coach Moore's going to do wonderful things here.
Coach or the girls, you guys can answer this. Obviously, Big Ten win, one of the biggest conferences in the country. What's that like to have that on your schedule?
Coach Wells, go ahead.
Well, for us, this is actually our second year in a row with a Big Ten win. We got one last year as well down in New Orleans. I don't know if you know the coach. Good guy, just got his 700 career win, I believe. We have to schedule these type of games because of our conference. I know our conference has kind of been on the young side and some injuries here the last year or two, but it's back in full force. And so if we don't schedule tough non-conference games, there's no way we can be prepared to go on the road to Wichita State, Missouri State, all those places in our conference, Drake, you and I, and think we're going to win. So we have to have a tough non-conference schedule so we prepare our team.
Coach, from a strategic standpoint, does this IU team reflect any of Coach Moran's teams at ISU from the previous years?
I think they will, yes. You know, I think they do some things defensively. But again, it's tough from the standpoint that they are so good offensively, you know, that sometimes it's hard to get them to shift their focus from offense to the defensive end. But as this team continues to grow, and like I said, it's still only 5 or 6 games into the season, when it comes around, they'll be playing really good defense. I know they will. And then offensively, they'll keep doing what they're doing. You know, sometimes the ball doesn't go in, so you have to have that defense. And I know she'll get them now, yes.
How about Rachel's game today? You know, she came up with some big baskets, fought through, looked like she got banged up a little bit, and then had a little foul trouble early on maybe. But
Yeah, no, she twisted her ankle, you know, and it's one of those things where Rachel's been, again, she's a senior, but she's an unselfish player. Again, we talked about being unselfish, and sometimes early on in the season, she was catching that thing on the block, and she was thinking about pass first. You know, like, you gotta get rid of that. It's gotta be score. And then if you can't score, then you can pass it. You know, in these last 3 games, she's done that, so she's been real decisive with her moves, which makes her so strong, you know, that we get results like this. She goes for a double-double. In the last 2 games, she's been in 20 points, so.
Anything else? Right, you good?
Yeah.
All right,
Thank you guys very much.